This is Shaun Sport in podcast form.
Well, as we know, this Saturday, the Fremantle Dockers will host the West Coast Eagles, the second derby of the year. Big Mavalenko joins us this morning.
Also known as...
Matthew Pavlich.
I like the big Mavalenko.
It's got a ring to it, hasn't it?
Beauty. Hey, Pav, I was thinking about, there's so many great derbies that we've played together in the past. One of the games that I missed out on and I watched in the stands at Subiaco Oval was the game you kicked 8 goals in.
Oh, yeah.
And you were just launching them left, right and centre. Take us back to that game in particular. Was it
2012.
12, okay.
Yeah.
Have you seen them like beach balls that day?
You know what? So this is the funny thing about sport sometimes. So I'd been battling a pretty significant Achilles injury for a long time. Oscar Allen plantaris injury. So I was battling one in particular and ended up having surgery on both. But I was really struggling, and we were on a run. We'd sort of won a lot of games of footy. West Coast had been inside the 8 for a long period of that year, and then we're probably coming down a little bit. I think they changed coach at the end of that year. From memory, Simo came in after that. But we're on the way up. You know, the Eagles are sort of coming out off the top of that, their top form, and I was really sore. So I wasn't training really at that point. And I remember waking up that morning, and I was at that stage where I'd wake up in the morning, and if the first step felt okay, I was like, okay, I'm up and about today. If the first step was bad, I was like, oh, God.
No.
And I woke up, and my first step on that leg was like, oh, geez, that's still really sore, my Achilles. And so my mindset into that game was just, it was all about getting myself ready. And I was trying to distract myself from the pain by, getting everyone else going and sort of revving
Firing
up the
everyone up.
Correct. And so when I got to the game, it was like, I hadn't actually thought too much about it, about sort of my own performance. It was about making sure. And I remember, the ball sort of landed in my lap. Mick Barlow kicked a bit of a floater, and somehow it just sort of, and I kicked the goal. And I remember actually kicking that goal, and I didn't feel right at all, but it somehow went through. And then, just everything sort of, have those matches every now and then. Yeah, connected. And Stephen Hill hit me, and then, we sort of went on a bit of a run. And in that second quarter, it started to rain, and, I sort of slipped my opponent a couple of times, and we hit the scoreboard. So, it's amazing how sometimes a great game can happen when you feel absolutely shit out.
Ross just slipped his opponent.
Yeah, Who was your opponent that day?
I had a couple.
There was a lot of changes. We're going to have to change that match up again. Let's get another 2.
Shaun and Pav, obviously Derby's always very physical. Were you ever given any unofficial instructions? Target this person or be a bit rough?
Well, there's always a target
or
player
just
from the
kill 'em.
opposition. Yeah. Well, I mean, the Demolition Derby was the main one, and
The benchmark.
Yeah, and that was line in the sand and all. It's all hell break loose. But I mean, realistically, Gardy came down and started throwing haymakers at me. So that was probably what officially started it. But there's always a target player. Like, Luke Shaw was often a target player because he was such a good player on the outside. Daniel Kerr, Cuz. Any of those sort of elite midfielders generally. Some, even Wirapunda at times, we wanted to stop him. His rebound off the half-back flank.
Yeah, Shaun tried to stop him. Went well.
Yeah. Knocked him out. Kicked a goal,
straight through him.
David, he was a star player, and Pav's right.
Yes.
Brad Weir would play on him as a half forward. Another couple of guys. Stephen Dodd would always play on Andrew Embley because he was really, really dangerous and always hit the scoreboard. So there's a lot of targeted players out there, and
they do the same to us,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, targeted.
Of course they would. Yeah.
Would they target you, Shaun, or Pav? They're coming for me.
No, I messed with the undercut, mate.
I remember, I know that they really valued Sandy Big S in terms of his ability around. Adam Selwood used to tag Hayes back in the day.
Well, Hayes was a derby specialist. How many of those medals did he get?
He won 4.
He won
4 of them.
Keeps reminding us about it as well.
I caught up with him during
You're welcome,
during
Hayes.
the week, and he is still livid that Lee Spur did not give Andrew Brayshaw a single vote in the first derby of the season.
Where Caleb's the wrong one?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's still filthy about that.
Yeah.
And Spurry,
Too
what
good.
were you watching?
So who do you reckon's going to win this derby then? I mean, the obvious answer, really.
It is an obvious answer, but I think West Coast are really trending in the right direction. You think the last few weeks...
Green shoots.
Yeah, there are. I mean, and you can see the signature of what Andrew McQualter is trying to do with their game plan. The ball movement and the contest work. Freo obviously in pretty good form. We've got some work to do in terms of getting into the finals. But, yeah, I think it should, all things going well, for us, Shawnee at least, be a Dockers victory.
Well, let's see how it goes. You can watch the Fox coverage or the Seven coverage. We're both be working this weekend. But either way, hopefully me and Pav will be throwing a few high fives.
Whatever.
Don't like that now.
Whatever.
Shaun Sport in podcast form.
Great to have Australia's greatest ever netball in the house. Caitlin Bassett.
History of netball.
She's world famous. And you know what?
She keeps telling us that too.
If you keep saying this, the internet is going to think that this is true. Like ChatGPT is, but it's not true.
Why?
Because I definitely am not the world's greatest netballer.
If you say it enough, it becomes true, right?
It's fact.
Fact.
And that's not a bad thing to be. 20 years from now, are you world's best netball player?
World's greatest.
I think that's a lot of pressure to have on your shoulders to be the world's best. I'm happy to be one of the best or a great former netballer, but I don't want to be world's best. That's too much.
But it's already been done, so there's no pressure. You know what I mean? You don't have to perform again. It's done.
Yeah, and it's not your fault because it's AI's fault that's taking in all the information that's been put out there.
That Shaun put out there.
Let's just blame AI for everything.
Yeah,
Hey, can I say,
Yeah.
I was driving down, might have been Heytesbury the other day. There was a guy on a motorbike behind me. When I got to the lights, he pulled up and flicked his visor up. And I thought, why is this guy going to tell me off with about, I haven't done anything wrong. You know, I just think it might have been an undercover cop on a motorbike or something. And then he flicked his visor up. And it was a guy called Bernd Adolf.
Oh, my God, BA, yes!
And he goes, Shaun, it's me. And I was like, he's got a helmet on. It's tough to meet someone.
Did you go with it?
I go, hi, mate, how you going? And he goes,
mate.
Oh, you've been working with my good friend Seabass.
Yes.
So tell everybody who he is.
Oh, well, we call him Bubba, BA. He is our former masseuse that used to come on tour with the Australian Diamonds. He used to work with the West Coast Fever as well and Swimming Australia. He's worked with every bloody athlete and every code, and he has some cracking stories. Like some of the things that he's seen and heard. I want him to write a book. It's going to be called Secrets from the Massage Table.
Nice.
Yes. But he's a giant German man. He has the biggest hands. He gives a great massage, doesn't he, Shaun?
Yeah, I haven't had one yet.
Oh, what? Not from him?
No.
Oh,
I'm surprised you didn't hit him up right there and then,
I
Shaun.
should have, Maybe this will get us over the line. Seabass, we're looking forward to a derby this weekend. Fremantle, they've still got to fight to make sure that they're going to be playing finals because it's not done and dusted, that's for sure.
And they were scarred by last year when they looked to be a shoo-in, and then that
was the first game of the season.
Yeah.
You've got to be on your medal.
Yeah. Yeah,
no matter
that's
who
right.
you play.
There's something about a derby, though, isn't there? As a player, I'm sure there's a little bit of extra something. You want to beat the big brothers because Eagles, were the
crosstown rivals.
Yeah, exactly beforehand. And it's so funny. Everyone in town kind of turns at schools. Everyone gets out their scarves and things like that. And all of a sudden, you find out who your mates really go for.
Who do you go for?
I am Switzerland.
No.
There's no such thing. There's no such thing.
I don't have, now that I'm no longer at the West, I'm not following footy as closely, but I do cover some games. And
You do?
Do you know what?
But you grew up here.
your
You
heart
must have a team.
Yeah, look, we always watched the Eagles back in the day, but then when Dockers came along and they had that period of success, we got behind them as well. To be honest, I mean, why would I not be Dockers? We used to dance at Capital Days.
We did,
we have a strong bond. Me and a few of the Dockers players from those Capital Days. And
Netballers love Dockers players.
Yes.
Is that the
Well,
rumour?
Valley owned the joint, so it was an easy call for us.
Yeah, it was just great fun. But Eagles boys, Shay Brown, one of my best mates, she, was dating one of them and ended up marrying one. And so we hung out with a lot of the Eagles boys as well. So I don't know. I don't like to pick favourites. I follow players, not teams, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Well, when you're on the East Coast, because you're associated with the Giants and the Giants.
Yes. And so through the Giants, I made friends with people like Jeremy Cameron. So now I like watching him play, but I wouldn't say I'm a Cats fan, but he's a great guy. Toby Green, great guy. Great humans, Mummy, all those guys, they're awesome. So I wouldn't say that I am with one team. I just like to watch when certain players I know play.
Hey, I didn't even get this answer before, and I should know it. A few weeks ago, the West Coast Fever played the Giants, and do you have the same song?
Yes.
What?
The Big Sound.
The Big Sound.
I had to learn it.
That's a great song.
I had to learn it when I was there, and it's funny because at the West, they must have been bored one day. They're like, Caitlin, rank all the AFL songs in order of what is the best. And me, as a non-traditionalist, I was like, I love this song. I love Richmond's song, all the team songs. I don't mind the Dockers song. That always gets stuck in my head. But this one...
This is a corker. It's great.
This one I think was in the top 5, but I don't...
It's the best.
I don't love it.
No, this is genuinely the best. Because what I like about it is it's a new team, but it's got an old-sounding song, which they've managed, but without using an old tune. And it's jaunty. Like it's a big sound from the west of the town. Are you kidding me? It's the best.
I would be there right now.
It gets stuck in your head for sure, but
it's so good.
We didn't sing this song very much. We didn't win many games.
You got to win.
Yeah, you got to win games to sing the song. But no, Giants. Yeah, look. Yeah, we don't talk about
it. Shudders. Okay, well, prediction for this weekend then?
Look, like my heart says Dockers because of how they've been going this season. But
it's logical. That's a logical answer.
Yes, but there's something about when the Eagles play the Dockers and Harley Reid in particular, when he gets out there against them, he just takes his game to another level. So I'm going to say Dockers, but I reckon and I really hope it's going to be a close game.
Who's going to win the medal?
Oh, God, Caleb's wrong. He's a record breaker. I mean, at the moment, if he wins it again, he'll hold the outright record, I think.
He will.
More than Hayes.
Yeah, more than Hayes. Right. Yep. So that's kind of a nice little carrot dangling. I mean, Jackson, we were talking about how good form Luke Jackson is in at the moment as well. I don't know. I don't want to say Caleb's wrong. Brayshaw. Who do you think?
I think Annie will win it.
Do you get to vote, Shaun?
No. Once I declared, this happened to me last time, the first game of the season, the first derby of the season. I'd already declared who I thought would win it.
Oh, and that ruled you out of voting.
Oh, because you had a preconceived.
And having to feed a bell as well. So you have to give up your voting rights.
You and your big mouth.
For the first time now.
Shaun Sport is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.